podcast. Yes, we back with the Motivators Table podcast, and yes, today is Monday. We got a whole lot to say, a whole lot to talk about. I want to thank Los Angeles Tribune for giving me the spotlight, for giving me the opportunity to be on their platform on podcasting. Thank you to Riverside for giving me the platform just to stream this. And thank you to all my sponsors. Thank you to all my sponsors, ProImmune and Focus Pills. I appreciate you. Let's get started. We got a huge guest, a huge guest today. We have Dr. Essa McGirl. Is that how you pronounce it?
Oh no, you butchered it, but
I
it's
butchered it.
okay.
I'm
It's
sorry.
okay.
Fix it for me. Go ahead.
Aisa,
Uh,
Aisa McGirl.
Aisa McGirl. Okay, let's
Yes.
go. Let's go. How you been? How's everything?
Good. I just left the gym, so just got my morning motivation, so I'm ready.
That's good. That's good. Got your morning motivation. What you doing in the gym today?
Today was total body day, so a
Okay.
lot of strength training, core work, upper body work, the good stuff.
I like that. So let's get right into it. Right now, I want you to go tell your viewers we on live LinkedIn and YouTube. So go on my LinkedIn and see if you can find that link real quick so you can share it to your algorithm.
Go to my LinkedIn.
And go to my page and see if you can find it. We're gonna do it together. Let's see.
Not the greatest at this, but I'm
No, it's
trying.
it's okay. It's okay.
And is it sharing right now?
Yes. Uh huh.
Yes.
You got it.
And then I just do share via.
Yes. Share to your page. Yes. And tell everybody to tap in now. And if you want to, you could take that link. And I don't know if you're big on Facebook, share that to Facebook. Say, hey, I'm live on LinkedIn and I'm live on YouTube.
Okay, I think I reposted it.
Okay, there we go. So let everybody know. Let everybody know. So let's get into it. Let's get into it, Doctor. Let us know who you are and where you're from.
My name is Dr. Ace McGirl. I am from Ellington, Connecticut, so it's a little suburban town in Connecticut. But right now I'm in sunny St. Petersburg, Florida, and I absolutely love it here. So I am a doctor of physical therapy, so I treat people for neck pain, back pain, shoulder pain, hip pain, pretty much pain in all areas of our body, as well as pelvic floor issues. And I integrate everything into fitness. So I am a holistic fitness coach as well. I speak about these things, and I just wrote a book called Connect the Body Dots.
Man, I love it. Love it. Motivators, let's welcome Dr. Issa McGirl to
Butchered
our
it
stage.
again.
I butchered
Aisa.
it again. Aisa,
Yeah.
Aisa, Aisa.
Third time's the charm.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, but hold on. Let me welcome you to the stage again because they were supposed to cheer for you. There we go.
I like this energy.
There we go. We appreciate you. Let's get right into it. Tell us who you were as a little girl growing up in Connecticut. I know some people from Connecticut. I actually went to the School of Business in Connecticut. I actually
Uh-huh.
spoke at Corrigan Correctional Facility in Connecticut, and I have a couple of best friends that live in Connecticut. So
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, so as a little girl, I was very into sports. So I loved basketball, I played soccer, track. I was very quiet, very awkward, didn't want to talk much. So it is not the complete opposite of who I am right now, but I definitely had to do a lot of work because I was just a very quiet, awkward girl that just loved sports, loved learning, and it kind of just brought me on the journey that I am on right now.
I love the fact that you're talking about that, and how you just been on your journey and everything like that. How were you as an inner child?
I think I was very loving. I loved the relationships with my parents, my friends. I was a very caring person in just that, like the relationships that I had with my parents, with my family, it meant everything to me. But also with that, I was also very anxious. I could remember, and I don't think I've ever talked about this before. I could remember probably in like third grade or so, like throughout the day, I would be like fine. But every time it was like nighttime, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, I would get this like anxiety and I'd have to like sleep with my parents like every night. And the anxiety came from just like fear of like all these things that could happen in the future, like death, like my parents dying, just random things. But I remember I did this for probably a few years at a time. Like I would just get this constant anxiety every night. So I just end up in my bed with my parents.
Wow. So, I mean, at an early age, you was already dealing with the realities of you knew what was coming, but you couldn't even understand it. You had such a discernment. You knew that things were coming that were bad, but you didn't want it to come. I remember vividly when I was smaller, I was in a church, and they made us watch this movie called The Rapture, and it scared the living bit Jesus about me because it was like when we die, where are we going? And they showed
Hmm.
us the movies as kids, that the hell and the purgatory and all that, and I'm like, I don't want to go there, and I was scared to death. It was they played the movie at night at church, and I don't know if it was meant to scare us as kids, but I definitely had I had questions on what happens next.
Yeah, yeah. And I could never watch these scary movies because I would just get nightmares. And I think there's like a good reality of like understanding like these things happen, but maybe so like how they showed you like this extremely scary movie with no context that was probably very like Hollywoodized. And it could be good to like learn about these things, but maybe if they taught us about it in like a different aspect that kind of shed like the lightness and like the darkness and the light side of it as well.
Right, right. I agree with that too. You should have showed us both parts, but it scared me. So I definitely relate to you with that part right there, your parents and everything like that. So, tell me how did you get over that? How did your parents help you get over that?
I don't know. I think I kind of channeled my energy into different things. So, and I think that's really like in alignment with the things that I teach right now. So, I think I channeled that fear, that anxiety into the things that I actually like love to do. Like I love to play sports, so I got very involved with basketball. And now thinking about it, when things started to get better, this was when I was like really involved with basketball, with AAU. And then over the course of like growing up into like high school and stuff, yeah, I still had this like anxiety in me, but I channeled it into different things. So in high school, I played basketball, I played soccer, I ran track, and then I got really into learning. So this anxiety that I had, thinking about all these negative things that could potentially happen in the future, I channeled it, not really knowing about that, not really knowing about it at the time, into all the things that I actually had control over. And I think this is one of the biggest pieces in healing and then getting to exactly what we want in life is channeling any of these. And I want to, let me rephrase that. I think we should channel all of our energy into things that we actually have control over instead of focusing on these things that we're so afraid of. Because what we do when we focus on these things that we're so afraid of, we just sit there so stagnant. We sit there so stagnant and we don't take the actions that we need to actually get better. And I think I don't know how I became this way, but I think just me putting my energy and focus into all these things that I actually loved, what that I wanted to do, it brought me to where I'm here today.
I love that. I love how you broke that down. And, you know, people don't understand energy is big and you can't fake frequency or energy.
Yeah.
So, channeling it and getting into where you need to get to activate what God gave you, people don't understand it's a process to get there. And it seems like definitely that's when you've been moving to. And I saw that when I met you and I felt that because I'm an empath and I'm not really, I don't really put people on my platform that I'm not inspired by. You know, I see a lot, I do a lot, I'm around a lot of people, but I was definitely inspired by you. Then I saw your Instagram and I'm like, you know what? Let's tell her story. Let's get her out here. Let's, you know what I'm saying, do what we have to do so the world can see what I saw that night. So I appreciate you. So tell
Thank
me
you
how,
so much.
yeah, yeah,
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
definitely, definitely. Tell me how you was in high school.
I was awkward, quiet, awkward, didn't want to talk. And I think part of that is I grew up in a predominantly white school, being a mixed girl. So really didn't see too many people that looked like me. So I really always felt very different. And kind of like I owned it, but at the same time, like just being different when like everybody else is very similar. I think that brought on more anxiety with me.
Right.
So I think it kind of forced me to be a little bit more alone, a little bit more of a loner. Yes, I had my like handfuls of friends, but I think it caused me to be a little bit more of a loner. And I think there's good and bad with that. It made me really focus on what I'm able to do on my own. Like it made me a very strong person in that no matter what it is, even if I have somebody, I'm going to accomplish it anyway. But at the same time, building these relationships, talking to people, being able to communicate, this is healing, this is connection, this is a big part of life. So I think just how I grew up, and I don't think it was bad. I think it just makes it part of my story. But I think how I grew up it's exactly how this is why I am the way that I am right now. And what I think is so important is that even if we are like dealing with situations that are not as ideal right now, I think it is so important to be able to focus on, yes, like what you can actually do, but also emphasizing these relationships that you have around you. Though nothing might not be exactly perfect the way that you want it right now, we need the ability to be able to do things on our own, the ability to figure things out on our own, but also the ability to connect with people. Because accomplishing things is nothing if you don't have people around you, if you're not able to help people, if you're not able to love the people around you.
Right. I agree. I agree. And a lot of people skip that step. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people are dealing with trauma because they have dealt with people that betrayed them. So I was one of them people that I have a book come out in 2 weeks. It's called A Good Heart Don't Pay Bills, and my side.
Ooh,
It's a hard
ooh.
copy. I have 3 books out, but this one is a hard copy. I'm doing a book signing, but it tells about both them sides, about having a huge heart and helping, and then having a huge heart and not helping because of betrayal. And I'm in a point in my life where now where I'm at, and after all the betrayals and everything I've been through, that I'm very cognizant of who I help and how I help. Because I recently went through a situation where I put 100% into a relationship that I helped someone get to a point. And when that person got to that point, they act like I didn't do that for them. And it hurt because it's like, I took my time out to help you do this.
Yeah.
You recently got an award for something that I done, and I didn't say anything, but a guy was like, just keep moving. It's still your time. Don't get caught up in that. But sometimes as a human, I feel them emotions, and it sucks because it's like, I cared for you. I loved you. I helped you. I wanted to put time into you. And some people right now, 80% of the social media, they doing it for the likes. They're not doing it for the
Mhm.
impact. They doing it for how many views you can get in comments. You're not really doing it to change people's lives. And I believe that's why you are in the field you are in, because you want to change lives. And let's talk about that field that you're in.
Yeah. So I'm a physical therapist. I got into it not necessarily knowing what it was. So all I knew is I could not sit at a computer for 40 hours a week. I would absolutely go insane. So I chose physical therapy thinking, not really knowing anything about it, thinking that, yeah, I'll probably just work with basketball players. So I was a basketball player at the time. So I'm like, okay,
Okay.
I'll work with basketball players, right? So I go through 4 years of undergrad. I study really hard, party a lot, have fun.
Where'd you go?
Still,
Was
University of
it,
Hartford.
okay, okay.
Yeah. So still really had no idea what physical therapy was. And then I graduated from undergrad and I'm like, I really don't know what I'm going to do because physical therapy program, it's a 4 years plus 3 years graduate school. So I do undergrad and I'm not really all too sure. So I just say, huh, I'll just be a physical therapist. I'm already in the program. I might as well just finish it.
Right.
So throughout grad school, I'm actually like learning a little bit more about what physical therapy is.
Right.
And while I'm in grad school, I'm highly into fitness. So I was an athlete growing up, got into fitness because I had some weight issues, high school, college. And then I really got into fitness in grad school. So while I'm in grad school, I'm working out like 5, 6 days a week because I just wanted to look good. I was working, I was in school, I was learning about all the stuff in the medical field. and I felt like absolute crap.
Mm.
So I had this constant like brain fog in my head. I'd be always dizzy. I had this constant nauseousness. And one of the weirdest things was I'd have pain in random areas in my body. So it'd like be in my shoulder, then it'd like shoot to my hip, to my toe, to my
Mm.
head, like all these like random things that were going on. I had these constant infections. And then I would go to the doctor like every week, every other week, and they'd run these tests on me and they're like, you're fine. Like, how do I feel this way, but you're telling me I'm fine? On top of this, I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing. So it made me challenge everything that I knew, dig deeper, ask more and more questions to be able to help my body. And then over the course of my career, I found a lot of the things that I was just doing with my body, a lot of the things that I needed to do, I could apply this to my patients and my patients would get better. But experiencing stressors, having a daughter, moving, just life gets in the way. I learned even more. There's just so much more to it. So I wanted to be able to teach people at the basic level of like what we actually need to feel good and actually age with grace, achieve
Mm.
everything that we want, but also like all these like little nuances that get social media is just so trendy. Like you'll see something on social media and it's like, oh, I need to do that. Even me, I would consider myself an expert in the field. And then I see somebody doing something, I'm like, oh, I need to be doing that. And I have to tell myself to stop. So
Yeah, that's how it is.
it is.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's very distracting.
Right.
So I wanted to help people just understand things at the basic level and then kind of like all of these like nuances to it, like at a way that they're able to understand.
Right.
So they're able to see through all of this junk that's out there and actually be able to take care of our body because everybody has a body, but so many of us don't really know how to take care of it. And when we don't take care of it, it shows up in how we feel, and how we feel shows up in how we operate in every aspect of our life.
Right.
And when we can't operate at our best in every aspect of our life, it shows up in our relationships, our families, our friends, our business, our jobs. It shows up in everything. So I wanted to help people at the root of the issue so that they're able to do whatever it is that they want in life because we deserve it.
Yes, definitely. And I love the fact that you talking about that because it shows up everywhere, right? And I tell people all the time, you are the message you bring. And you definitely look like you are in your field of work. I
Thank you.
approach so many people and that's doing certain things and doing that thing, and they don't look like they do that thing. And how I'm gonna
Yeah.
believe you're doing that thing because you don't even believe it in yourself to even put that much effort into it, right? I saw your page, you work out, you talk about it, you breathe it, you live it. This is who you are. You can't show anybody, and I'm a prime believer of saying you cannot teach me how to drive a Ferrari or a Mercedes if you never owned one or never drove one. Because
Yeah.
a lot of people are out here trying to tell people how to get rich. And no disrespect, you live in an apartment building and living on a mattress. So how you telling me apply that to yourself and bring it back? Just like that's what you're doing right now. You're doing the work. You saw your faults and you started to improve your sector. And that's what you have. I remember when I first got out the military, and I just wanted to get out the house. I was dealing with a lot of mental health issues, PTSD, TBI, anxiety, depression, a lot of stuff. And I wanted to go to school. And the first class and the first degree I got was sports medicine. And then the second
Ooh.
degree I got was human health performance. And why did I study that? Because my son, that's 19, he was playing football, so I wanted to know the anatomy of a body and how to help him. And I thought the Joker was going to the NFL, but he pivoted. He wanted to go into the military. But at the end of the day, I did it. It got me out the house, got me understanding my body. I work out. I'm 45. I try to stay in shape because gym and prayer saved my life from all them deployments being 55 months in combat. I tell people all the time, I said, gym and prayer. I said, that was my outlet right there, working out after every mission, crying, praying, trying to figure it out. And now that I'm 45 and I do a lot of holistic stuff, I do a lot of mushroom coffee, mushrooms, sea moss, maca. I do ginger. I do a lot of stuff. I did ayahuasca. I did Reiki. I did Bufo. All these things that help me just be a better person in this world, and that's what I hear from you. So let's continue the conversation. Tell me more. I'm taking notes. Hey, motivators, get your highlighters and pens. She's dropping jewels.
Okay. One of my favorite things to talk about
Let's talk.
is the nervous system. Have you heard of the nervous system?
Let's talk. Come on. I'm taking
Okay.
notes.
So, some things in our body we have conscious control over. Like I could tell my eyes to blink. I could tell my arm to do this. I could tell it to stop. Other things happen more automatically, like my heart's pumping right now. I'm breathing, but I'm not necessarily telling my body to breathe. So the things that happen more automatically, this is our autonomic or automatic nervous system. So we have two branches of this autonomic nervous system. We have our sympathetic, which is our fight or flight, and then we have our parasympathetic, which is our rest and digest. So throughout the day, our body is constantly scanning. It's scanning what's going on within our environment, it's scanning what's going on within us. It's scanning for, and it's going to our brain, and it's saying, am I safe or am I under threat? Am I safe, parasympathetic, or am I under threat, sympathetic? So under this parasympathetic, when we're safe, this is where our bodies heal. This is where we're able to recover. I want you to think of this as yoga, meditation, prayer, eating a good meal and actually like digesting it, having a conversation with a loved one, being on the beach. And then this sympathetic, this is when your body perceives a threat and it produces a response to get you away from this threat. So we see, so this is just an example. Your body sees a lion coming, a robber's coming, actual danger is coming. And in order to get you away from that danger, it's going to produce a response. So your heart's going to pump faster, you're going to breathe harder, you're going to divert your resources away from all of your internal organs to your muscles that produce more tension to get you away from that tiger or lion or whatever. And that's your body trying to help you escape this danger. But the thing is it doesn't have to be like a lion, a robber, or a tiger coming at us. A lot of the times, it could be waking up at the crack of dawn, not getting enough sleep, drinking your coffee immediately in the morning and you're immediately out the door, sitting in traffic and you're stressed that you're stuck in traffic and that you're going to be late, getting to work and your boss is yelling at you, or you're dealing with people that you have no interest in talking to. Having this running to-do list in your head all day long and then constantly trying to keep up when something else is added onto it. Beating yourself up because you're doing everything to the best of your ability, but it's still not perfect. And then going home, chauffeuring from point A to point B, doing all these different things. And then getting home, staring at your phone on social media, seeing all these people that you should look like, places that you should be, things that you should be doing with your life. All of these things are stressors to your body. All of these things is your body getting microdoses of this lion coming at you. And when we have this microdoses of stress all day long, our body doesn't get a chance to heal in this parasympathetic mode, to feel safe. And when our body can't feel safe, this is pain. This is digestion issues. This is hormonal issues. This is anxiety. This is depression, because our body never gets a chance to feel safe. And what I want people to understand with this is the reason so many of us don't feel well is because our bodies don't get a chance to feel safe, because our lifestyle is so hectic. And what so many of us need to do is, one, potentially take some things off of our plate. Two, look at what we're doing with our free time. And three, be very intentional of what we're doing throughout the day so our body gets a better chance to heal, recover, be present, feel safe. And what you'll notice is when we do this, when we get this ability to feel safe within our skin, it's like when you're talking to somebody, it's like you're there, you're fully present, you're able to understand their emotions, you're able to understand what they need. And then you're able to actually give them what they need. Your body is able to heal in so many different ways. So many of us are struggling with various different health issues. And a lot of this happens due to our lifestyle. But when we take kind of like these minor adjustments and kind of tweak what we're doing throughout the day, it could help us heal from so many of the ailments that we're experiencing. Because we don't have to feel this way. We don't have to feel stuck in our body. We aren't stuck feeling anxious, depressed, tight with these gut issues, with these hormonal issues, or aging like our parents. It's a matter of taking what we're doing right now, flipping the script, being very intentional about what we're spending our time on, what we do in our free time, and actually how we do it.
Right. I like how you broke that down. And if you motivators, if you're not paying attention, she just broke down the nervous system. And I know I have a problem with my gut because of Iraq and Afghanistan and my stomach. And sometimes if I eat the wrong thing, my body like I
Yeah.
can't go no further. I'm gonna have to. It's coming up, and the wrong thing I put in my body, it'll make me upset. It'll make me my whole attitude, everything change. And some of the good things I used to like peanut butter, chocolate, like some a lot of sodas, a lot of juices. I cannot. And if I stack that on top of each other, my body ain't. I ain't gonna be able to live it down. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I take
Yeah.
what is this for my stomach? It is. Panazoli or something like that, but it's from my stomach daily. Matter of fact, I didn't take my thing this morning, so you guys see me live. I have to take it because if I don't take it and whatever I eat, if my body don't agree to it, it's coming up, and it has to do a lot with stress too. Can you
Yeah.
talk about the stress your body holds?
Yeah. So when we're stressed out, when we're getting that sympathetic response, our body is going to hold tension in different areas. Like this is our body preparing to like get us away from that lion. So from all of those things that I just talked about throughout the day, maybe there's some other things that anybody could be dealing with. When this is happening, it's producing this tension in our body. So in terms of like specifically gut issues, because I feel like so many people are dealing with these gut issues, when we have all this extra tension in our body, tension in our shoulders, because so many of us feel like our shoulders are just jacked up towards our ears all day, tension in our back, tension in our hips, what that ends up doing is it ends up squeezing everything. So it's squeezing everything from the top and the bottom. So picture this as kind of like your rib cage and everything up here, as well as like your hips. Everything is getting squished.
Right.
So literally your belly and all the contents in your belly are getting squished. And when we're getting squished from all these different directions, one thing I want people to understand is we are creatures of movement. Like we're supposed to be moving constantly throughout the day and we want to be able to move well. But when we don't move well and we get this squish, it locks everything up. And when this locks everything up, our bodies don't have the ability to rotate. And this rotation, this is that pumping motion. This is getting everything to move through your digestive tract. So things could be stuck there because things are being squished all day and we lose this ability to rotate.
Okay.
But one of the best ways that you're able to start to heal, yes, nutrition is a big component of it, but is being able to move better within our bodies. And this means like reducing tension in our neck, our back, our hips with things like dry needling. Dry needling is one of my favorite techniques. I do it. It's literally you're sticking needles into the muscle. And I kind of like to picture it as kind of like a reset of the muscle. Like so many of us, our muscles are like this all day long and they don't want to move.
Is it like acupuncture?
We use acupuncture needles, but it's
Yeah.
not acupuncture.
Let me ask you something real quick, not to cut
Yeah.
you off. Your practice, do you guys serve veterans?
Yes. I treat anybody. I treat
Right.
anybody.
So we get a referral because they just gave me a referral for acupuncture for someone in Pinellas County, but if I could get that through your company, that'd be dope.
That would be cool.
Yeah, we'll figure it out
Yeah,
offline.
definitely.
You see what happened, motivators? This is what we do. We tap in real time, and whatever opportunity I can do to help. I am a veteran. They do pay for my insurance. I just got an outside resource for someone that's in Pinellas County to do my dry needling in my my stuff. So let's figure something out.
Definitely.
Yes.
But what it does is, so when we're tight, our muscles like to rest like this. But because of our lifestyle, whatever, so many of our muscles start to rest like this. This
Mm.
is that tension that you're feeling. This is that stiffness, that anxiety. This is that achy feeling. This could potentially be that pain going down your arm or pain going down your legs because you have all these nerves that come from your neck and spine and your legs, or your neck, from your spine all the way to your legs, and
Right.
everything is so tight it gets squished. And when things
Right.
squish, they don't work like they're supposed to.
Right. Right.
But the dry needling, we put the needle into the muscle and it causes the muscle to kind of just reset. So it returns a little bit more to its resting position. And then you're able to do exercises because it is not just get a massage. It is not just do acupuncture. It's not just do these like modalities that are helpful. We need to start to retrain our body to start to move better again. And then you start to train your body to move better again in things like mobility work. Think of like yoga. You think of core work, think of like Pilates. And it is strength training as well because we need strength to be able to take on our life and do all the things that we need to do.
Right.
So this is kind of like my framework is I help people alleviate the tension. I teach you mobility exercises. I teach you core work and strength training. So you have something that you're doing on a consistent basis. And this is how you use movement to help your body heal in so many different ways.
Man, I love how you're breaking that down. What's the name of your facility?
So my business is called Connect the Body Dots.
Go ahead. Let the viewers know what is it called. Type it in the chat, and then we're gonna tag it up here so
Let's
people can
see.
get it to type it.
Connect. Yeah, so my business is called Connect the Body Dots.
This is really good information.
And then I talk about all this stuff in deeper detail, kind of bringing you from like point A all the way to, I don't want to call it point Z.
Okay.
I think from point A to probably point T, because at a point, like I want people to understand these things at the basic level. And then when you build and build and build and build on these things, you get to point T, and then you get to a point where you're able to do some of these things on your own and just progress over time so you're not relying on so many different doctors, trainers, classes, because I want people to be more self-sufficient. Ask for help when you need it, but be able to be self-sufficient.
Right.
And I
Right.
do all this in my book.
Okay. Let me see. Okay. Connect the body dots. There
Yes.
you go. Okay. So let's talk about your book.
Yeah, so my book is a combination of my story,
Okay.
but it is teaching people what they actually need to do. So it kind of breaks down why what you're already doing, it doesn't work.
Okay.
It teaches you kind of at the foundation of it is your mindset.
Okay.
So so many of us start a health regimen, a fitness regimen, but we're going into it with our mind all out of whack. We're going into it trying to look like somebody else, trying to look better to please somebody else. When in actuality, we need to be able to do this for ourselves. We need to know what we want. And so many of us are going to these health regimens looking for that quick fix. Like they think, oh, if I just take this supplement, I'll be good. Oh, if I just do this one exercise, my booty's gonna pop up. I do this other exercise, I'm gonna get a big chest. If I do this one cardio class, I'm gonna lose all this weight. When in actuality, it is everything all together. So I teach people the key components of what they actually need and how they're specifically supposed to structure it so that they're able to get to what they want.
Right.
So I break it down at the basic level for people who are just they might like dip their toe in and dip their toe back out for like this fitness,
Uh huh.
or it is for the medical professional, the health professional that they've been working with people, but they feel like there just has to be more. Like they're doing everything right, but there's all these like other little pieces that they haven't fully addressed yet, which leads people to feel the way that they don't actually feel, feel the way that they actually feel. Because, like I said, when I was in grad school, I was doing everything right. But the problem is there's so much more nuance to it. And me being a fitness medical professional, I read a whole bunch of books. I was able to help myself. I'm still on my health journey as well. So just like I help anybody on their health and fitness journey, I am as well. But I'm able to understand these things. So I can only imagine somebody who may have not, maybe not like a basic understanding, but has less of an understanding, and they're still struggling with these things and still feel like they're stuck. I just don't want anybody to feel stuck within our body. I want us to embrace our bodies. I love bodies. Like I could talk about this stuff all day. And I just want people to be able to love their bodies. So whatever it is that they want in life, they got it.
I love that. I love the fact that you love like just helping people with that because we very rarely have the people who love doing the thing. Like I said before, people are doing it because it looks good. You doing it because it makes people feel good, and you teaching them all about it. But my viewers and the motivators want to hear your story. So let's get into your story a little bit, so you can tell us about it.
So, like I said, in grad school, I was struggling with all of these different like aches, pains, weird issues with my gut, my anxiety, all of these different things. And then I started to learn a little bit more, symptoms got a little bit better. But anytime like I would hit more of a stressful situation, like things would pop back up. And then when I moved to Florida 4 years ago, I had a remote job. I had a part-time physical therapy job. And this was when I started my holistic fitness coaching and creating content. So unexpectedly, I lost both of my jobs at the same time. And that paid for all of my roof over my head, my food on the table. And being in the physical therapy field prior to this, it was exhausting. Like I cared so much about my patients, and I probably cared too much. Like I'd care more than them sometimes. And I'd be doing this for 40 hours a week, documenting on the computer. Remember, I said, I can't sit on a computer that long. So I would get home and I'd be like absolutely drained. So when I lost both of these jobs at the same time, I said, I can't do it. I can't do it. I cannot go back to working 40 hours. And at the time I had a 9-month old. So my daughter's father and I, we just moved to Florida, no family around, really no friends. And I'm like, I cannot go back to work. So I decided to push it in my business. So I would spend all day learning courses, learning how to do business, learning how to make sales, keeping up with my fitness, exercise, eating well, watching my daughter, cleaning the house. And it was never really, it was like clean for like an hour and then it would be messy again. I was doing all of these things, everything that I was supposed to do, and I felt like absolute crap. And I looked like crap as well. Like I always was exhausted. I looked like I did when I was 20 weeks pregnant. And I was eating the best that I ever had in my life. I was trying to kind of lose a little bit of the baby fat, but I held on to extra body fat. And what was crazy was I was eating so well, my cholesterol was actually up. My hemoglobin A1C, it was actually elevated. I had this constant anxiety. And when I'd be talking to people, I'd be like talking to them. I'd be there, but like my brain was all over the place. So I was building a health and wellness business, knowing all these things that I knew, and I felt like absolute crap. I looked like crap, and it reflected in my business. And because of that, I couldn't make sales. My savings was draining, and I saw no light at the end of the tunnel. So what it really made me do was really just take a step back. So I did end up going back to work. I got a part-time job just to be able to like afford my house, my food, whatever. But really, what really did it to me was how I thought. So, like I said, when I was younger, I had this anxiety. And like this anxiety has been with me through every step of the way. And what I mean by this anxiety was like I would be thinking of like all of these different things, like drowning in just like negative thoughts, negative emotions, like the what ifs. So 2025, like the first part of 2025, I went to see Myron Golden. And I went there almost every Monday, most Thursdays. And he just spoke so much like positive words into me. And he made me just believe in myself, and it made me believe in myself. It made me stop talking to myself so negatively.
Right.
It made me stop focusing on all of like the negative setbacks that I've had in my life and really focus on loving myself, loving my body, and taking action in all the things that I'm doing and being just grateful of how far I come and where I'm at today.
Right.
And doing this over and over and over and over and over again because like I said, people want this like quick fix. They want things to happen just like that. Having this positive mindset, really focusing on what I actually had control over and taking steps of actually taking a little bit off of my plate, focusing on how I move, just being intentional about who I surround myself with, what I'm doing in my free time, how I'm moving, what I'm eating, being very intentional. I started to get myself out of this little hole and feel better in so many different ways and be able to help so many different people feel better as well.
Man, I love that. See, if you guys are not paying attention, motivators, her story is remarkable. You know, she had to get herself together first. And here at the motivators table, I always talk to them about like you can't help nobody else until you help yourself. Like there's no going out there giving the information to anybody. And you see what she did. She got herself together, then she found a network. Shout out to Myron Golden. You know what I'm saying? He does his Bible studies and stuff like that. And, that's one of the guys I look up to in motivational speaking space, too. And as, you know, I further my career, what I'm got going on and everything like that. But, you know, it takes a huge part of yourself to say, you know what, let me check in with myself first. And a lot of people not doing that. They're not saying, you know what, let me take responsibility, let me take accountability of who I am. Let me help myself out first. Let me figure it out, you know, because I don't I don't know about a story that you don't go through a hard time and then get back up and produce greatness. You always have to go through that hardest time of your life. And you did that. You know what I'm saying? You did that 4 years ago. And I remember them pains. I remember that pain. I remember when I went bankrupt and I had eviction notices and they took my car and business and all my employees left and all these things and I thought it was over because I thought that I was doing the right thing and that's why a good heart don't pay bills because I didn't take care of myself first. I didn't make sure that I was straight first, you know. And going through all that pain and suffering, you know, that put me on my fourth suicide ideation because I thought I lost everything. And I'm happy you made it through your situations. I'm happy that you were able to tell some little girl, little boy out there, like, hey, this is what I did. And I was at the top of it, but I lost everything at once at the same time. But look what you're doing now. I think God cleared that space for you to do what you're doing now. Like that space wasn't there for you, you know, and we're proud of you here at the motivators table and you taking, you know, responsibility to say, you know what, I'm gonna get in front of my ugly. I'm gonna tell my story. Then I'm gonna set my sight on the stars, and that's what we're doing. And that's what the motivators table is here. You know, I only put people on here that I'm inspired by and their stories and what I can, you know, what I'm saying, take from and understand. I do still information. I still knowledge. So I'm listening and I'm understanding your rhetoric, and I love it. You know what I'm saying because we met at a networking event, and you was in a room full of a lot of awesome other people too, and the fact that we was able to exchange our energies to say, you know what, how can I help you and how can you help me, and let's figure this thing out. Let me spotlight you. Let me put you on the motivators table. Let's talk about it. Let's figure this story out. You know what I'm saying? So the more I know now, I love it. I love it. You know what I'm
Thank you
saying?
so much.
Yeah. Let's talk about your social media. Can you tell the motivators how we can find you on social media?
Yeah, so Instagram, it's dr period AISSA underscore Dr. Aisa.
Yeah.
On YouTube, this is where I post, usually on Mondays, I post a podcast, YouTube, Connect the Body Dots.
Okay.
And my website is connectthebodydots.com.
Okay. Y'all hear that? And then let's talk about your book. Let's talk about the book. Let them know about your book.
Yeah, so my book, Connect the Body Dots, is the guide to holistically understanding your health and fitness to finally find the balance of feeling, functioning, and looking your best. So if you go to connectthebodydots.com, there's going to be a link, or you can just go to connectthebodydots.com/the book, and you can get your book there. I've gotten so many great reviews on this book so far. It is my prized possession. I got two babies. One is my 4-year-old. The other one is this book. This book is my prized possession, and I can't wait for you guys to read it.
That's good. I'm gonna drop my website on here for you so you can have it and you can Um, tell your, let's see, public chat. Send this to you real quick. What you can do is put your website in the same chat where I just put this at so I can tag it on here and show the world real quick, live on stream. So I can do them like that. That's YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Just put it in here. Let's see. Where you at? Where your chat at? Okay. Connect the body dot. Let me copy paste. We put this in here for you. How's your week looking so far?
Slow.
Slow.
I've
Okay.
been I've been doing a lot. So
That's
this week I booked myself to do nothing.
that's good.
I have a couple like things to do for work wise, but I booked myself to do nothing and just take care of myself.
Can you believe it's February already?
Right?
That's crazy. That is
Yeah.
crazy. January went by. If you ain't, I tell people all the time, they start with these New Year's resolutions. I said, check it out. If you're not really got, you don't got your foot on your, if you ain't off the porch yet, like you'll look up in this March and April, and what have you done? So that's why people restart, restart, restart. But I'm happy to have you on my podcast. Can you leave my community, the motivators, the people that listen, the new followers, the old followers, with something inspirational that's on your heart? I'm gonna let you have the mic for 2 minutes.
I want people to understand that no matter where you are, what you're dealing with, your body is so amazing if you just give it what it needs. So, we just talked about today exactly or parts of what your body needs. And I want you to stop, take a second, reflect, see how your body is feeling right now, understand what it's feeling. And you don't have to be like this forever. So understand how you're feeling. And I want you to really be intentional of taking the steps every day to do what you have to do what you are able to do to be able to take care of your body. And when you take care of your body every day, over time, on a consistent basis, and you give yourself grace because there's going to be so many days where things show up, things pop up because life is not perfect. But when you adjust, reflect, and you just keep going, you can do whatever that you want to do. And I just want you guys to know that you are in control of your beautiful body.
I love that. Hopefully, everybody over here took notes and understood. And this is the segment in my platform where I pour into you. So grab a cup, grab an empty cup in your hand, hold it up in your
Empty?
hand. No, empty. Just fake it like Peter Pan. Pour it out. I don't want nothing in there. Hold it up. And I want to tell you, you're special. Thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
on my platform. We love you. We proud of you. Don't stop. We always here if you need us. Whatever you got going on, let us know so we can help that. And we're here. And guess what? There's somebody out there watching you do you. And thank you for just continuing to be who you are in a world where a lot of people can't find their identity. And they're not even trying to find it. They're not even trying to open their own gifts. It's a shame. They're opening everybody else's gift because social media is so big and people are following that. But people don't understand that you have an algorithm of your own life. You can recalibrate that and reset it and get back on. It's February. It's February 2026. What are you doing? What are you doing? You on the other side of the table, what are you doing? Get up. Let's get going. It's your time. And we love you here. And don't stop being who you are. Don't. I know it gets difficult sometimes in situations that you got going on, but just know you have a new friend. You have somebody that cares. You have a whole tribe of motivators that's saying, go, go, doctor, go. Get it going. So we care for you. We appreciate you. And thank you for everything.
Thank you so much for having me. This was an amazing experience.
No, it's all good. This is what we do. Thank you for allowing us to pour into you. Hey, Motivator, season 5 is about to come. We ending season 4 soon. This is season 5 coming soon. So get ready, get your popcorn. We thank everybody. We thank Los Angeles Tribune. I'm on the road to do 100 episodes this year. 100 episodes because I want to prove myself right. 100 real stories of 100 people that's putting the work out there. We're trying to push positive. The negative we're not talking about. This is all positive. We love you, Motivators Table. Thank you, Los Angeles Tribune. Thank you to all my sponsors. Thank you to Riverside. And we see you.